Alright, hello everyone. Welcome. Yeah, so 4.1's been out. Sorry, I was, there's things to talk about. Oh my god. I was in a very bad spot last week. 4.0 also was, like, on day 1 and 2, I think it released on a Thursday, and it came out, and then over the weekend it started having problems, and then, like, by, maybe Monday, but I think definitely by, like, Tuesday, it was fine. And, yeah, so, like, it was a thing. For other reasons not related to stability, I was, kind of extremely irked at, the game. But, we can get into that later. For now, we are gonna try heading to, one of the new Hathor group locations. So, to talk about it, because, I mean, well, to be frank, like, the Hathor group stuff is kind of the only thing that's happened in 4.1. Right when I took a bite of chip. Okay, so let's talk about 4.1, the Hathor group, and Wikello. So the Hathor group, okay, so of all of the event stuff they've done, yes, Hathor group isn't an event, but shut the fuck up. Of all the event stuff that CIG's done, I think, you know, Supply or Die was in concept good, the balancing was not as good. Balancing and some unfortunately timed bugs. Combining those bugs with the fact that they were doing a whole FOMO thing. Well, it wasn't really a FOMO thing. It depends on what you want to think of it, right? I went to... I don't know which ones I've been to, but... The Hathor group, the Mine and Alliance activity, I think in and of itself is good. It's multi-part, it requires a lot of stuff. Okay. I have gone to orbital laser platforms 2 times and one of the alignment facilities 1 time. And it's been completely empty, aside from a few NPCs and a few abandoned ships. Which I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that seems to be the polar opposite of everybody's opinions. I have not straight up just gone and done the Mine and Align event myself, although I think, in my experience, so far, I could see myself doing that. Now. Oh, hopefully the game doesn't go too crazy. My PC might be dying a little bit. Not dying, just, you know, feeling the stress a little bit. I'm gonna get a comm from somebody. I will say, okay, so... As another note, I've had bad experiences with the orbital laser platform, but legitimately it's been my own damn fault. Because I, in all my superior bun intelligence, the first time I thought that the place had no gravity. It does have gravity. It is in orbit. There is, in fact, oh my god. Okay, the frame rate being this bad is, not completely unexpected, I guess, but has not been my experience. Actually, this frame rates ran pretty well. Again, all my experience has been is like there's like 1 or maybe 2 NPCs, a bunch of ships, and nobody there. And like I don't know if there is some cycle or if everybody else is just somewhere else when I'm doing my stuff. But yeah. Sorry. So yeah. Also,
landing complete. Launch complete.
Hang on. The game. I hit F7. I'm waiting for the camera to load. Microsoft Windows has popped up saying that the game is gonna crash. Before we get this, is there anything I could maybe shut down? Ooh. I have a lot of Chrome tabs open. We're gonna shut those down. Hopefully that's not terrible. Okay, so yeah. Goofy me. Absolutely goofy me. So the first time I was trying to move, so there's components, and I was like, I don't really care about the components, but I'm gonna try and take one anyway. I thought there was no gravity, so I jumped off of a platform completely willingly, not realizing that there was gravity, fell to the planet. Yeah. Second time I was jumping around and accidentally fell off the platform, and yeah. So this time, we're not doing that. This time, we're just going to play it cool. There are security card printers, and there are storage facilities. Those storage facilities have a bunch of loot that you can pick. And, is it, like, anything that's super worth it? In the grand scheme of things, no. At least not right now. Unless, like, if your concern is fashion, then sure. But that is literally all there is to it. And, again, just to be clear, I'm not gonna say that I dislike the Hathor Mining Group stuff. I just don't have any interest in actually doing it. I do, admittedly, kind of want to try actually going through it. This is the most corpses I've seen here, actually. Which is interesting. Again, I mean, like, I would love to be proven wrong, or, like, it seems like I've had a pretty polarized viewpoint of the event so far. Like, I'm a solo player. If I ever get an org, it's probably going to be a small group. It's probably never going to be super huge. And if it is ever super huge, it's going to be, well, if it was super huge, then this is definitely the kind of thing that I would hope would be good, but, oh man. Yeah, this is gonna be painful. Item recovery? Tier 0 is a thing, actually, so that's also a thing to talk about. People, like, have been just like, oh my god, I'm so excited, I can actually wear armor without having to worry about it, you know, getting lost forever. Not forever, but, you know. I also don't know if these data pads, they have some lore on them. Yeah, I've seen, like, there's a boss enemy who's wearing, like, Novikov armor, and they'll have a keycard on them. And that's all I've seen. No, I mean, there were some other enemies before, like, my first time here. personally, the ammo's good. There's probably, I mean, there's also a few strategies of like, oh, if you want to like grind out the loot and stuff. Sorry if I'm also a little bit disjointed here. Because so far my opinions have been pretty positive, I think. And that is what it is. So we are going to simply go to storage area, whatever this is. Now the thing that got me killed the last time... Wait a minute, is that... Oh, wow. So listen, there is gravity, I swear. Do not just jump willy-nilly. I thought there was, like, stuff up there, and it seems like there isn't. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Also, one of the annoying things is you have to, Oh, I had a storage key on me. Okay. I would recommend that you holster your weapon and then open your inventory, actually, or you're going to swap it. So, just be cognizant of that. There really should be some sort of... There really should be a better... Okay. So, I'm gonna close that door behind me. I don't think it matters. Alright, so, what do we got here? In general, like, the spread of loot is pretty nice. You know, they also have, like... They have Citadel armor that is a little bit harder to find, Inquisitor armor, which I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Maybe not every color, maybe not... Especially because there's definitely, like, there was a... modified version of it, right? And then there's the Antium armor, which I haven't really seen a good solid place to find it. I have also tested out the Parallax. You find that more in the PAFs, the alignment facilities. At least in my experience. There's like a weapon rack, and I mean, for all I know, I could be missing. I thought there was one here. Or on the laser platforms, like an admin room or something, and I don't know if there is, or if I'm derping. I just want to see what all stuff we've got. I wouldn't focus too much on ammo myself. It's really tempting. But... And I think some of these components can be good. I'm a little bit terrified of the fact of just how easy it's been to get to just come here and start looting like crazy. I got a decent amount of... I'm more in it for, like... I want to get one of the helmets. One of the new helmets. I got one, but it was the sand one, and I'm like, I don't... That's not gonna... That's not... that just doesn't really go with much of anything. I'm sorry. Oh, wow. Okay. And ideally, you might want to ideally you bring a 1 SCU like box with you, and bring it into this, and just wait for stuff to respawn. I heard it takes like 20 minutes, which obviously is kind of a period of time, but you know, it's a thing. And I guess we can take that. Loot is the name of the game, baby. And I'm just gonna stow as much crap as I can. I kind of wonder, actually. No, it was like, maybe I could, take all the stuff. Oh, also, all the enemies... Well, not all the enemies, I guess. Enemies is subjective, right? The Ninetales has a little less uniform weapons, so you'll still find all the stuff that they used to have, but you'll also see that they have, like, Karnas, and, trying to think of all the stuff. I mean, like, different paints of, like, custodians and everything. So, like, pretty worthwhile. If I see that there is somebody, I'm going to GTFO as fast as possible. Is this my ship? That is a sound. Oh, and if you ever happen to find one of my spirits here just abandoned because something happened, feel free to take the stuff. Fair game is fair game. Yeah, so what are the things with 4.1 that I'm not a huge fan of? Alright, so the thing is, and the thing that I alluded to, is that Wikello is... I like the idea of Wikello. I really like the idea of Wikello, even. I hate the fact that Wikello is so, like, literally the only way to interact with Wikello is with the Mine and Align group stuff. And, they haven't actually, you know, started the Regen Crisis event yet. But when they do, like, they're gonna run into a serious problem, I think, of, like, basically, the way they presented it, is... Wait a minute. I'm sorry, is that a BR-12 with a 4x scope on it? Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Yes, it is. I've seen, in particular, a lot of R97 Kismets, the Valentine one. I've seen a lot of the... Oh, I put the key in storage. Herpaderp. That's fine. Now, obviously, a shotgun that has slugs makes sense to have a higher power scope on it. And even... There could even be an argument made that, like, well, I mean... If you use the 4 power scope is just magnification, then, I mean, yeah, that could work. But an R97 is very particularly not the weapon you want to put a magnified optic on an assault shotgun. Yeah, that's that one's a little bit. One's a little silly. And I want to see. So, and also one of the things that we do, like, I have to mention, is that, so for Wikello, alright, so for one thing, yeah, like, literally the only way to interact with Wikello, like, all of the stuff, not everything, but all the stuff you care about, has you getting the minables that are exclusive to this activity. And that is dumb. Is dumb because, like, because it doesn't have to be this way. It could literally be, oh, I want, or, oh, they could literally say, oh, I want to have, get me a, you know, like a Ninetales helmet, or get me, like, Ninetales helmets, or whatever. We're just gonna... So I don't know if... Yeah, that alignment card is there. I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, no, there is nothing there. But it looks like there's more building in that direction. That's what got me surprised. Wait. Yeah, you just can't. Okay. I know, it gives the prompt. So it's like, I don't know, maybe I can't go in there. Okay. And I don't know if there's... Maybe there's one that does have a weapon rack that has a parallax in it, but I haven't seen it. And yeah, just like... But yeah, so... Wikello could literally be something that everybody has the ability to interact with, but... Like, and there's no reason, there is absolutely zero reason that Wikello shouldn't be something that everybody can interact with. Oh geez, okay. You know, I might have gotten a little ahead of myself, I'll admit. What the fuck is this? Railgun? Okay. Missile launcher ammo? Okay. No, not a lot of armor. Hang on. Want to be sure here. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah. No, I don't care about that. What weapons have size 3 muzzle ports? I would think shotguns. You know what? Speaking of shotguns, now that I think about it. Oh my god. I've never once thought about the suppressed shotgun. It's hilarious. Yeah. And, you know, there's also... there's some stuff here, but it's not anything super great. Hang on, did I... Maybe this side just doesn't have all the... I mean, like, there's these components, but, I mean... Some of them aren't bad, but I'm not going to suggest that they're super great. Go out of your way for them. I mean, some of them are like stealth or military components. Well, at least stealth components. I don't know about military. Ooh. We have some NPCs, maybe. I don't know where all the loot elevator, the spawn elevators are, spawn closets are. I mean, I haven't been to each room. I also don't really feel the need to go to each room. Oh, I hate it when the game freezes up. Like, it's good like 90% of the time, but then like those few moments, critical moments. Ugh. Oh, but I should say, yeah. Also, like Wikello, the intro mission, which is always Tundra Copion horns, always the same flavor of burrito and energy drink, which, I mean, that's fine, whatever. The Tundra Copion horns was a fucking, like, it traumatized me. It genuinely traumatized me. Like, I'm not joking, it genuinely hurt me. Like, even, like, literally, even, there's a lovely dude in the community, Mr. Kraken. He made a guide, and when he made the guide, it missed out on one crucial element of, one crucial detail, is that, Tundra Copions... Okay, so, one thing. Okay, sorry. The crucial detail was that Tundra Copions do not spawn unless they're at 1,000, or maybe 100? I can't remember exactly. But they only spawn at a certain elevation. And on top of that, Tundra Copion do not... Now, that thing was a thing that was not in his video, and he corrected in the comments. Man, wouldn't it be so nice? You know, I do have one more storage key. I guess I could go and... We could gamble a little bit. Well... Okay, we could... But because somebody spawned... Because there were enemies that spawned, that means that somebody took a contract. Somebody is currently on their way to this location. Right now. To come fuck those NPCs up. So I'm gonna leave. Because they probably don't give a shit. Please. Please let it be that the third time I go to an OLP, I don't get the loot because the game fucking crashes. That would be so sad. And it would just be funny to me. But yes, the Tundra Copions, they don't spawn in the Tundra. They only spawn at a certain elevation. And it's just so mean. It's just so ridiculously mean. It's like, there are moments when, like, it's like, wait a minute, seriously? Does CIG even fucking play their own goddamn game? And, yeah, that happens. From time to time. That's a question that pops up in my mind from time to time. Why am I getting orange level Foxwell enforcement missions here, but I'm not getting them at ArcCorp? Let's actually check. I need to go to Arc L1. Go and pick up the vault. That would probably be a good idea. So, yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay, so... we're just gonna drop off loot. We're just gonna drop off the loot. We're gonna exchange some stuff and probably do, I don't know, just a bunker mission? Yeah, so Wikello is definitely, overall an interesting thing, but again, like, if there was just a mission where, if you could exchange RMC and salvage, again, like Ninetales armor, maybe, hell, even, like, if you could, oh, I want you to get, like, a Hurston security, a Hurston guard helmet, a Crusader guard helmet, a Microsoft guard helmet, R-Corp guard helmet, all those things, and just like, you know, like, oh, well, okay, so I have to do a bunker mission, so I have to either hunt down security members from each of the planets, or go and, get some of that, get some of the stuff from, I'm totally gonna forget that this is a thing, I gotta be honest with you. Which is a little bit sad, but I'd rather show off the parallax. Also, I really wish I could just get a different color of Cadillo helmet. Cadillo? It's Dio, but I don't know if it's Cow Dio or Cadillo. I don't know. Cadillo? It's definitely a Spanish thingamabob, or Mexican Spanish language thing. I'm looking for ammo. But yeah, I just want to be able to actually interact with Wikello instead of not. Did I not have more? I went through a lot of it. I know for a fact. I also should have waited until I had safely moved all of the loot off of my ship, but that is okay. Yeah, I don't like the don't like oh yeah, we got space for stuff, it's fine. Including the levitating railgun, that's fine. What does this thing look like? That's a problem. Didn't this thing used to have 5 shots? I don't know. Just having more ways for players to interact with Wikello, because, like, I swear I had some, like, deep philosophical way of describing it. Something about, like, gameplay or everyone instead of anyone or something. I don't know. But, like, yeah, no, it would just be nice if, like, I mean, obviously, okay, maybe not so obviously. I wanted to say, like, oh, if you're gonna do mercenary stuff, you want to get a mercenary-related reward or a combat-related reward. Although that's not really what's going on at all with the whole mine and align thing. I mean, like, it is a combination of things. Although crucially, you need mining equipment, and there is nothing feeds back into the mining loop with Wikello. It's just combat and ships. I mean, I guess, like, you get the Connie Taurus as one of the ship surprises. Of course, the thing everybody's most excited for is the Polaris. I personally, well, okay, if I wanted anything, I would want a Guardian. Just because, like, I don't know. I know there's some negative opinions about it, but it is a combat ship, and I'm still waiting for Invictus to get my, to move things around to get my Reliant back. So just to confirm, I am looking at 4 Parallax rifle batteries in my inventory. We're gonna swap out. Can swap out a few. The Coda. Okay, we've swapped out 2 magazines, and it's acting as if I have 1. Interesting. Is the word of the day. Yeah. Oh, I also think that the intro missions, because again, I spent 6 hours trying to find Tundra-Copians. Eventually I did find some. And like, literally, like killing the Copians, taking the horns, not difficult at all. Literally just finding them. Some people, like, have just literally given up and do not want anything to do with Wikello because it has literally taken them too long. And that was me. Okay, well, I guess that was me, and then it wasn't, so, but in my mind, there's no reason why there shouldn't be... There's absolutely zero goddamn reason why it shouldn't be easier. Especially, like, just as a... And again, I think, like, genuinely, that there should be, like, several things. But definitely there should be, like, you know, oh, get me some Ninetales, some heavy Ninetales helmet reward, or, helmets, and I'll exchange stuff for you. Or, you know, give me this much RMC and some ship components, and maybe ship components that specifically come off of one ship. With engineering and not having every ship have physicalized components, that's maybe not super easy to do, but that's a thing. And obviously mining stuff, not just mine and align exclusive materials. For one thing, I also think they shouldn't be exclusive, but to mine and align, but Yeah, I'm not getting the orange level security things around our corp. I think they missed some things when they refactored when they were messing around with missions and stuff. For one thing, and I don't know how new this is, I think it was with a 4.1 thing, where the Protect Site missions around ArcCorp used to be 55k, and I assume that was just a mistake. Because it didn't make sense. I will say that I think the Protect Site is 36k, and the Clear Out Site... The Protect Site has allies, and you can land right next to the thing. The Clear Out Site, no allies, just enemies, and you have to land further away. Allies probably are more of a liability than an asset in those missions. But at Clear Out Site, I would say, probably is more, should probably pay more, is probably supposed to pay more, because the allies are probably supposed to be more of a asset than a liability. But literally just because it will take you more time to travel to the bunker. And, like, one of the reasons why I am here doing this, instead of doing a Clear Out Site, because literally I just don't want to bother with that whole time thing. It would have to pay good for that, and it just doesn't. I mean, like, and yeah, I could be grinding out 890 missions. I am terrified of burning out on them. I will say that I did have an April Fool's joke ready. I just wasn't feeling up to it. Stress. And, a lot of things. I was going to do and I don't know what the title of the video was going to be, but it was like 890 missions until I can get an 890. Or something like that. And by the way, if you do 890 missions, you will have so much more money than you need to buy an 890. You need to do like 700 or something. I don't know what the exact number is, but I think 700 should do you just fine. Probably 710 because you have to deal with like operating costs. And the like. Oop, that was a little fast. Hello there. Wait, who? Okay, that had to have been an enemy, but I was like, wait a minute. Aren't there other dudes? Oh, there they are. They usually flock around abandoned ships. I don't know why.
Target friendly. Target friendly.
I love the voice. I'm also sorry to whoever's Hornet this is. Yes, I probably want to have the nose guns. Just use the nose guns. But it would take 2 seconds to sort that out, and I'm not about that. I also the monthly report mentioned a few things. Thrusters being a thing, like not being able to just infinitely hover. So like the C1 has VTOLs, but so like I should be able to do that more so than like an arrow, but still not infinitely, right? Oh, not all my magazines were full. I thought that was the case. I will say those. I do like the Volt. I do like the Parallax. It really annoyed me when I was seeing like people literally just mag dumping and just like it overheats. It actually, like, you cannot, dump a full magazine. It will overheat before that. And exactly what the fire mode is depends on like how hot you are. So if you cook off like 80% or if you're like build up 80% heat basically, and then let off and then continue to fire, you'll have the beam instead of the bullets. I don't know, because like with this optic you can't see the little heads-up display, and I don't know if you can see the heads-up display with the iron sights. I'll have to check, but basically I use it like just to, just managing, just don't mag dump, just short controlled bursts, or I guess, I don't know about long controlled bursts, maybe medium controlled bursts. I also don't know what the range is on this thing. I'm kind of convinced that the beam has to be, at least the beam has to be shorter range, but like that's more of a gut feeling than anything. Where the fuck is that coming from? Nothing above me? Okay, cool. Yeah. It's just nice also because it's like, in general, it's just sort of like, yeah. I was gonna say, I do like the idea of, I like the idea of the Hathor group, like, locations, just, like, by themselves. I really want to see, like, a PvE version of contested zones. And I'm not saying that they need to have, like, good loot in them, necessarily. Like, contested zones should have better rewards. They are, like, you are assuming more risk, so there should be more reward. I'm amazed I didn't die because of unbelievable amounts of lag. Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna regret this, but grenades have been working pretty good. Although I did have one time... I did have one time where, my gun stopped working, my grenades didn't work, and the only way... But the NPCs started working before my guns did. So I literally had to melee everybody, and somehow I managed to survive, and I still don't know how I did that. Sorry, but yeah, no, I just like the idea of a place where you can literally just, like, land your ship, and, like, exit your ship, and you're immediately in the zone. Obviously, like, you know, having things that have air defenses and having to deal with that is obviously something, and should be something. It just feels like with these, for one thing, there's never really been a good place to land your ship. If air defenses were just a thing, and it's like, well, you can either deal with the air defenses, and, I mean, landing isn't a big deal, it's just there isn't a landing pad. That's super convenient for you. But, you know, if it was just like, oh, I need to go here and, I don't know, it'd be nice if there was just, like, those orbital laser platforms in particular. I don't know what they could be. I mean, they could be, like, the outpost Gundo, the Kovalex Gundo outpost, where it's just, like, you know, like, some sort of orbital station office / warehouse or something. And it's just, like, you know... And it's just like a more regular place. I mean, I would definitely love to see Grimhex, like additional like Grimhex things as what's it? As FPS locations. They teased asteroid bases. Which I don't know if asteroid bases are even a fucking thing in Pyro, because I just haven't been to Pyro. I think they are. I hope they are. And they mentioned that they were going to add them to Stanton, and I hope they do. Also with 4.1, you know, like, CAG has said a few times that, like, oh, we haven't forgotten about ArtCorp, and I'm like, are you sure? What, tell me, CAG, tell me what ArtCorp is, and what the problems with ArtCorp are. And, yeah, and blink twice if if Chris has a gun to your head every time you mention ArcCorp. But I mean, like, it really feels like they didn't, like, they were explicit in not doing anything with ArcCorp. Like, why does Wikello not have a thing around ArcCorp? That seems a little weird, right? Like, I can understand that the orbital platforms, like, I mean, Microtech doesn't have them, so, like, they want to limit the number of them, and they don't want to limit it to one per main planet. They want to have, you know, they want to have 2 around Aberdeen and 2 around Daymar. Okay, that's fine. Maybe they'll change their mind on that. Maybe that's, for whatever reason, that's the way they want to do it. I don't know. But yeah, I really hope that 4.2, which, by the way, hopefully, like, they keep up. I mean, 4.1 didn't come out a month after 4.0, but, you know, they have to start the year off, and, things, need to progress a little bit. It's not instantaneous progress. Although that does feel like maybe a little bit of an excuse. Maybe not an excuse, but, like, they mentioned that they wanted to have 10 patches a year, or this year, specifically. So hopefully, like, 4.2, maybe, you know, end of April, beginning of May, hopefully they have some Area 18 stuff. That'd be cool. They also need to start the Regen Crisis event, which I'm amazed that they didn't start immediately when 4.1 came out. Or, you know, just sometime last week. Last week being the first week of April, 2025.
Engines on. Launch complete. Shields off.
So yeah.
Gear up.
I also don't know what I want to do with Star Citizen Weekly. I'm not going to bother with the timer. At least not now. I don't know if I want to do shorter video. Like, do I want to have a 20-minute video that's just like a 20-minute rant with some gameplay? Do I want to do an hour-long playthrough? How much editing do I do? I assume that I cut out the quantum travel. But, you know, I mean, do I just, like, leave that in, just have a giant-ass conversation, or a huge conversation? I think I want to keep things under an hour. I'm staring at my, at the recording timer that's at 59 minutes and 33 seconds. But, you know, yeah, so I still want to figure that out. I'm not going to commit to literally, like, hell or high water every week is going to be Star Citizen Weekly, but I would like to do that, unless there's some buggy thing or I am excessively whiny like I was last week. Trust me, it was emotions were let out. I still... Wikello is a thing. Wikello is a thing. Yeah, I guess until next time. Have a good day. Great day even. Chowskis.